These are the forces behind what we think, what we believe, how we are influenced, how we see our world, and how we behave both now and in the future. For this reason, it's important to know that expectations are far more than just a part of speech, a noun or a descriptor such as a strong belief that something will happen or be the case, or something hoped for or looked forward to. Expectations are a determinant of who you are right now and who and what you will be going forward. It really is that powerful. If you pause for a moment and reflect on anything in your life, good or bad, uplifting or disappointing, you'll find the connection to expectations. Wake up in the morning and there they are. The expectations about any number of things within your day. Now get home in the evening and there they are. Some expectations in your day will have worked out, while others have failed to deliver what you expected. But the day is not yet over, and they are still there. You have expectations that are relevant in today, but also for tomorrow and into the future. And so as each day breaks, the expectation cycle simply continues and often grows in magnitude. The expectations you have relate to your personal ambitions and the things you want to avoid. But they also extend beyond your personal space. They exist for your family realm, your work realm, and your broader social realms. Now, these encompass the expectations you personally have of yourself and others, but they also extend to the expectations you know that others have of you. And so what seems like such a simple aspect to us reveals its true complexity and influence within every facet of our existence. So, how does all of this influence your thinking? How does it make you feel? How has it shaped what you believe, what you accept or reject? And how does it influence your behaviors, the way you act, hesitate, or react? For you as a leader, it is crucial for you to understand that when you unpack everything and remove all the packaging and labels from it all, it comes down to the expectations in play. Everything and everyone is driven, shaped, conditioned, influenced, and acted upon because of the expectations in play. So what you're dealing with in any arena is expectations and the dimensions attached to them. All of us have expectations all the time. We are biologically and psychologically wired to expect, and we are creatures of permanent expectations that go about our lives either seeking gain or avoiding loss. Now, every scenario, no matter how many people are involved or what the situation is, has expectations at play. Heck, even taking this program, you have expectations of what you want to gain and hopefully not lose. Now, some expectations are on a conscious level while most are subconscious. Even people who say they have no expectations have expectations because they expect that their belief about nothing will always be true. I mean, that's what they expect. For almost everything that is right or wrong in your world, you will find that expectations are at the center of whatever you are experiencing, feeling, thinking, and doing. This naked truth is your awakening to the fact that expectations are in play in every human interaction and even in your own private world. And whether you admit it or not, or like it or not, they're an integral part of your life and the world you live in. Let me expand on this. Expectations are at the root of every hopeful event and fear-filled state. Its power quietly goes about influencing, shaping, and impacting every scenario. There are expectations built on what is communicated and assumed. They exist in our differing values, beliefs, ideologies, and principles, and expectations are found at the root of where we find love, cooperation, or peace with each other. But they're also at the root of where we find conflict, disillusionment, and where war exists. Now, aligning expectations have brought disparate and differing groups together, but conflicting expectations have been at the foundation of disagreements, fallouts, broken relationships, violent clashes, and have been the catalyst for wars. Hell, they are even the source of what manipulators, blackmailers, charlatans, fraudsters, and tricksters use as their main weapon to bully, coerce, or manipulate you to get what they want. Perhaps the best way to see why expectations are an ever-present part of human dynamics and that they are automatically attached to everything about us is to ask the foundational question. Now, I know that we've covered it earlier, but it's such a fundamental aspect that we can do it again. If we reduce anything to its fundamentals, its basic components or composition, we can form an understanding of it, even when it takes on a complicated form. So you will recall that at its fundamental level, an expectation is either what you want to happen or what you do not want to happen. Everything you think, decide, choose, and act upon hinges on these two facets that give rise to an expectation. If we expand on this, you will see that it translates to the things we see as gain, what we aspire towards, what we are drawn to, and where we see hope. But it also includes the things we see as loss, that we pull back from, move away from, and that give rise to our fears and destroy our hopes. We all gravitate to varying degrees to whatever looks like it's beneficial to us, or that we perceive is a gain to us. It is hardwired into our most basic self-preservation or survival mechanisms. And the same holds true when it comes to us avoiding, freezing, running, or fighting if we perceive that it will cause us loss or pain. You are probably not consciously aware of it, but we are always anticipating or pursuing something positive, or dreading or avoiding something. And it's because of this ever-present phenomenon that everything automatically has an expectation attached to it. And it is also for this reason that it is such a powerful force. When you're leading others, it's important to remember that everyone you are dealing with comes preloaded with their own combinations of what they want to happen and what they don't want to happen, or their what's in it for me. Sometimes all these other expectations around you will align with yours, and at other times not. And sometimes they'll be in downright conflict with each other. Think about any relationship you've been in where problems have arisen, and you'll know what I'm talking about. You will recognize that what you and the other person were expecting was not aligned, or it was in direct conflict. And here is the kicker. Most of the time, expectations are not aligned. Even if you think they are not. You see, there is just too much at stake for anyone to simply lay down their expectations without knowing that you and others are going to do the same. It's a matter of trust. This whole back and forth dance of expectation alignment or trust is simply everyone safeguarding their expectation based on their perception of gain versus loss. And so, this is the beginning point for you and managing or aligning expectations. It is to know that every scenario and situation is filled with different what you want to happen and what you don't want to happen facets in play. And at the outset, you simply do not know which facet each person has brought to the game. And even as time goes by, different things happen in people's lives that alter their standpoint, and what may have aligned at one point can suddenly become unaligned within the arena you are leading. Now, when you look at this realm of expectations through the lens of leadership, you should see that what you are responsible for is managing the expectations across multiple realms of all the individuals, the collective group, and yourself as the leader. But is this all there is to it? Is there not more behind these two facets that cause us to anticipate, or fear, or to move forward, or freeze, or retreat? And the answer is that there is more to it. And to answer this, you need to take a look at the expectation continuum.